on the hidden pact. They say that in every heart there are two spirits, the one that seeks light and the one that hungers for shadows. This is a story of what happens when a man feeds the wrong one. Long ago, in the valley of Irumu, the people were known for their music and their harvests. The drums of Irumu could be heard from hill to hill, echoing through the night like the heartbeat of the earth itself. But seasons change, and the heart of man can grow cold. A famine fell upon Irumu. Rains refused to come. The earth cracked, and children cried from hunger. The elders offered prayers, sacrifices, and songs, but the sky stayed empty. In those days lived a young farmer named Kofe, strong in body, but restless in spirit. He watched his father's fields turn to dust, and bitterness began to grow in him like weeds. One night, when the moon hid behind the clouds, Kofi wandered to the edge of the forest, the place the elders called the mouth of night. They said no man should go there, for old spirits lingered in that darkness. But hunger and anger make a man deaf to wisdom. In that forest, he met a figure wrapped in smoke. Its eyes glowed like dying coals, and its voice was the sound of dry leaves moving without wind. "You seek plenty," it whispered, "but the gods have turned from your people. I can give you power, one drop of your blood, one word of promise, and the land will answer your call." Kofe's heart pounded. He thought of his mother's empty pot, of the fields that mocked him with their dryness. He knelt, cut his palm, and let his blood fall upon the soil. "Give me power," he said. The spirit smiled. "Power comes with debt," it said. "At the rising of the 13th moon, you must return to me what I lend." When Kofi opened his eyes, the figure was gone, but the wind was full of life. Clouds gathered, lightning split the sky, and for the first time in years, rain fell upon Irumu. The villagers danced and sang his name, calling him Kofe the Blessed. Harvest returned. Crops grew taller than a man, rivers swelled, and the people's laughter filled the air. They built Kofi a new hut and called him Savior. But as the months passed, Kofi's eyes grew darker. He no longer toiled in the fields, he commanded others. He took more grain than he needed, claiming it was his reward for saving the land. When the elders warned him to show humility, he smiled and said, "Did the gods send the rain, or did I?" The 13th moon came, red and swollen. That night the air turned heavy, and the forest called his name. Kofe tried to ignore it. He poured palm wine, played music, surrounded himself with laughter. But when he looked into the gourd, the wine turned black. The voice whispered again, "A debt unpaid will always collect itself." Fear entered his heart, but pride chained his tongue. Days passed, and Kofi fell ill. His fields began to rot from the roots. The river that once overflowed turned bitter, killing fish and livestock. The people cried out, "What curse is this?" Then an old woman named Maseki, known for her dreams, spoke. "Irumu's curse is born from one man's greed. The earth remembers his pact." The villagers murmured, uneasy. Kofe laughed loudly, but his eyes trembled. That night, Maseki's hut burned mysteriously. The villagers suspected Kofi, yet none dared accuse him. Fear has a way of silencing the innocent. But Maseki did not die. She fled into the forest, and from there she watched. As the sickness of the land worsened, the people's love for Kofi turned to anger. They came to his hut with torches, demanding answers. "You promised prosperity, yet you bring death," they cried. Kofe, cornered, shouted, "I gave you rain. Without me,